Younger people face homeownership headwinds not faced by their parents. For many, it is more challenging to get on the homeownership ladder today. Housing costs have increased faster than salaries. We explore this challenge by telling a story. This story explores 4 different solutions available to Bob. These will help Bob get on the housing ladder and achieve a lifetime of wealth. But first, my name is Jeff Hulett. I'm a decision confidence builder. I'm a behavioral economist and I've been in banking and financial services most of my career. I am also a faculty member at James Madison University and I lead Personal Finance Reimagined, a decision-making and financial education platform. This story starts with Bob. Bob is a lot like you. Bob does not own a house but wants to check it out. Bob is a hard worker. He has a good job and rents today. Bob heard that buying a house is difficult because it costs so much. But does it? Bob checked out a video from one of his favorite personal finance sources. Professor Hulett says there are 9 million good reasons to get on the housing ladder. That sounds good to him. Bob remembered Professor H discussing the 4 adaptability solutions. For the rest of our story, Bob will show you how he could be adaptable to get on the home ownership ladder. These strategies could work for you too. First, let's just list out and briefly describe each affordable housing solution. Co-ownership is where Bob gets one or more people to buy the property together. They will buy it jointly as partners. Traditionally, married couples buy homes jointly, but there is absolutely nothing in the law suggesting you need to be married. They can be friends or other people with a similar goal to get on the homeownership ladder. In Professor H's book, he discusses the operating agreement and other essentials to make co-ownership work for you. The good news is, the big mortgage companies, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, support co-ownership with mortgage programs. This is a great way to get started and share the costs of a home. Friends and tenants is a little different. In this case, your friends do not want to own the home. They would rather just rent from you. If you are entering the workforce, consider a lower cost city and buying a home with the intent to rent rooms to others. Mortgage companies do have programs to include rental income from others for mortgage loan qualification. Most mortgage companies have low down payment mortgages like FHA insured loans for those with income but not as much in savings. This is another great way to get started and provide a place for your friends. For some, the pandemic has provided more work location flexibility. If you are presently living in a hotter, higher cost market, it may be time to relocate to a relatively lower cost but rising housing market. A new norm called the donut effect enables people to live outside a headquarters city but close enough to go to periodic on-site meetings. This is a good way to realize lower housing costs of a lower cost city with the salary from a higher cost city. Some have taken the new pandemic work from anywhere norms to explore many areas. Some are moving with the seasons to areas that interest them. Wi-Fi and mobile technology enable them to work hard. Interesting areas allow them to play hard. If you are currently living in multiple locations, it may be time to buy an investment property. Buy it in an area you may want to eventually live. You may need a property manager to handle the rental since you may not always be in town. As we discuss in my book, this will enable you to offset the larger renting opportunity costs and still build equity. Eventually, you may wish to live in this home. Once you do, this will help you realize the full ownership value. So, these are 4 adaptability strategies to help Bob get on the housing ladder. Each one has been tested and works as long as your situation matches up with the strategy. Next week, we will discuss the home buying process and how to use home decision technology. But until then, you've got this.